Hello, how you feeling tonight? I feel okay. I got more work done today than I did yesterday, so I feel better about that, even if I'm still very busy. But look, I wanted to address some online discourse, if I may. I use Twitter a lot, and I've been noticing a lot of chatter, a lot of anger back and forth over Godzilla. There's a new Godzilla movie, and it's apparently controversial. Critics hate it, audiences love it. Well, I don't know if I made this explicitly clear on Friday when I tweeted a picture of myself in a movie seat, but I already saw Godzilla. I saw it on Friday on a medium sized screen. I didn't pay for the full IMAX version. I probably should have, but I didn't want it to be in 3D. Honestly, it was 3D as well, and 3D movies are kind of exhausting. But I really liked it. Now, I should express, I have never actually seen a Japanese Godzilla movie. Growing up, it was just a thing I heard about that didn't make sense. Like, I knew what it was, but I never watched it. Then in the 90s, around about the time they were going to make that American version, that was really big hype. That was a lot of hype. I was working movie theater at the time. Believe me, the hype was ginormous. And everyone was kind of there was kind of reunion. Oh, what about the Japanese movie? What about the first movie? So me and a friend rented the first movie, but it turns out if you rent the movie in America, you get the American version of the first movie, which is just so much Raymond Burr, standard white guy, sitting in an office like telling the camera what's going on, and then cutting to some random footage that they took from the Japanese movie, and it's boring, it's terrible. Maybe if I was 5, I'd be interested in, but like as an adult, as an almost adult, I was like, this sucks. I don't care. So then I saw the '98 version, which I enjoyed. I was like, oh, this is fine, but I had no frame reference, so like it was the only one I ever saw. It was fine. Years later, people told me it was bad. I was like, okay, I don't mind it. Then I guess 5 years ago, there was another American version, which I saw ironically here in Japan. And I liked that one, but it was definitely a lot slower, a lot more drawn out. Just, they really leaned hard on the story of here's your soldier man, and you want to follow the soldier man going around the earth. And it was like, I don't really care about the soldier man. I just don't. The monster stuff was fun, but the monsters themselves were barely in the movie. Like, you could probably make a monster only cut of that 2014 movie, and it would be like 30 minutes tops. Yeah. So when I saw the new movie, I liked it because they really leaned hard on here are a bunch of goddamn monsters and they're all gonna fight, and that's what I wanted to see. The human parts are still really bad, but at the very least they kept moving around and doing different things, so it wasn't quite as dull as the last one. And I'm glad that it promises and it pays off. Like, it promises you here are a bunch of monsters are going to fight each other, and it introduces the monsters one at a time, and then eventually all the monsters fight somebody, and it's like, okay, that's what you wanted, that's what we gave you, and I was perfectly satisfied with that. Even if the human bits were really, really boring, and in some cases actors were totally like Charles Dance. Charles Dance is an awesome bad guy. He barely does anything in the movie. Millie, what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown, the little girl from Stranger Things. Like, she's she looks great. She's got a lot of expressions on her face. She's a very expressive actor for a child, and she doesn't really do anything. She's running away from adults, and then she runs somewhere else, and then she runs away from monsters. And again, they really got to make sure, okay, here is your troubled white guy. We got to follow this guy around. It's like, no, we don't. I don't care about him. I just don't. His wife was way more interesting and complex, And also Vera Famiglia. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Vera Famiglia. Again, great actor. So, ultimately, I can see why some critics probably hated it because the human bits and the dialogue was awful. But I wanted to watch monsters fight. I watched the monsters fight, and I had a really good time watching the monsters fight on a big screen. So, if you like that sort of thing, I think you'll like the movie. And right now, I like some bed. So, good night, everybody. I love you.